It's October 9th, it's 3:30 right now. I just pulled up to this parking lot and I came out here last night and ended up missing that doe in the previous video. Before I left home, I was shooting my bow a decent amount and I just wanted to make sure that I was dialed in, and I was. What ended up happening, if you haven't seen that video, is I misranged that deer. I thought it was at 30, I set my pin for 30, and she ended up being 37, 38. So I shot right under her. Luckily enough, it was a complete clean miss, so I was happy about that. And I'm actually going to go to the spot that I was originally planning on going last night. This wind is super strong. It's 20 to 25 mile an hour with gusts up to 30. I'm going to be able to use this wind cover to sneak my way up through there into the dogwoods. And there's a couple trees out there that I can get up in. So my plan is just to get up in those trees, and there should be bedding in like an L shape around those trees. I got 2 doe tags for this county, and I still got my buck tag. But I'm going to head back in there, work my way through another bedding area, maybe find something bedded. Might be able to put a stock on something with the way this wind is. But like I said, it's 3:30, so I got a couple hours till it's dark. But I'm going to try to be hanging up in the tree, set up, ready to go by 4:30, so it gives me an hour to get in there. But I'm going to start moving. Hopefully I can see some deer tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's even windier than it was yesterday. It's a lot later than I was planning on doing an interview as I was getting set up. And all of a sudden I hear something go pounding through. There's a doe, 25, 30 yards, just past the other side of these little willows. She never ended up giving me a shot. She just worked up and around. She had no idea that I was here. She's just grazing on some grass. When I got in here, I was a little skeptical because the wind was swirling a little bit. So I just worked my way to a different part of the bedding area where I had more of a consistent wind. It's about 5:30 right now, so I got a little over an hour left to sit, but I'm really liking where I'm at now. I got some really heavy trails running right by me. I got one at 10 yards right in front of me. A couple of them are just kind of zigzagging their way through these willows. And then there's a bunch of thick dogwoods and willows to my left. There's a really beat down trail running just on the outside of those, which is at 15 yards. So everything's going to be super close. Besides the wind, it's a super nice night to sit. Temps are dropping, and it feels like hunting season. complete pass through. So Colton was nice enough to come out, help me try to track this thing. I shot her about an hour ago. We just walked back here. I stuck the arrow in the ground and marked it on Onyx, so I come back and find exactly where I shot her. But now, with that Onyx app, you can turn it on and you can start a tracker. So I'm going to start it right where I got first blood, and then as we track her, it'll show where we're walking. So if we ever lose blood, you can restart and just follow your track back through. But it sounded like she ran 50, 60 yards, crashed, and there was a bunch of coughing. And from the blood, it looks like I either heart shot her with just a little bit of lung. So I'm hoping she's laying there expired. Hopefully we can find her and we're not tracking too late.
Heck yeah. 15-mile drag out ahead of us.
Yeah.
Come on. So what do we got here? We got some blood right here. Oh yeah, we do. Look at that. Yep, there you go. Pretty good spray pattern here. Oh, she's right there to your left. Alright, folks.
Let's go.
There we go. Shoot.
Flip it over.
Hell yeah. That's a
She's
nice.
quartering towards me a lot more than I thought she was. So look where I hit her.
Yeah.
In the exit is like back here.
Sweet.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem. Now the work begins.
From where I shot her to here, she went 53 yards. She just kind of like zigzagged through though. Well, it's about 10 o'clock right now. We just made it out of the woods. Colton ended up coming up with a great idea to just take a deadfall that we had back there, kicked off one of the ends, tied some rope up and just carried her out. Made it way easier. We would have been dragging till 3 in the morning. It was a lot farther back than what I thought. I was just still on my way through, so I didn't really pay too much attention to how far I actually walked. But it ended up working out. I had 2 does come by. The last one came at last light and I was able to put a good shot on her. She went, I think, 53 yards. I think the Onyx tracker said we went. Blood at first was kind of sparse and we were getting a little worried, but there was bubbles in it, so I definitely hit her in the lung. And then when we ended up field dressing her, yeah, I went right through the lung, but I hit higher than what I thought. The cavity of her took a little while to fill up with blood before she started really leaving a blood trail, but wasn't too much past that. And we found her, got her field dress, got her out. Now we get to go back home. But I greatly appreciate Colton coming out, giving me a hand. I don't know, I probably would have been here till the sun was coming up if I had to drag this thing out by myself. But I'm happy it wasn't super hot out. We didn't have too many bugs except for this moth bugging me right now. But all the mosquitoes were at bay. First doe with a bow and first deer out of saddle. So I got 2 things accomplished this year. Next one is I want to shoot a buck off the ground. So I'll be pretty excited about that. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you can, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye, folks.